It looks way better than it did a few weeks ago. So when I did the garden tour, none of this was in bloom. And there was like no flowers. And I was like, oh my gosh. So there's a small time period where there's no flowers that I need to rectify. But right now, the ditch lilies, we decided to call them, are in bloom. And so are all the hostas and pink flowers. And the other one that I saw the name of today but don't remember. These guys. They're really cool and completely fallen over. I mean, these things just showed up. How have you been doing? I've been in a really weird place lately. Like the past few days, it just started where I feel like I'm standing still waiting for something. I think I can explain it better than that. I need a whiteboard. Pumpkin. This is the whiteboard that my kids use to try to sell squash. What's going on, guys? What you selling?
Some squash.
Selling some squash. How much is a squash?
The big ones are like $5.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for a squash.
Or maybe just one. I don't know if that one would be good.
Yeah, okay. Nobody wants to buy squash. I mean, what did they do to this thing? What kind of animal? I wonder. Yep. So this is what it feels like. This is me. I was on the path towards business as usual. Make a bunch of money, as much money as you can, live within the systems, do all the stuff that everybody else is doing, and just try to hustle and get more stuff and progress up the whatever. And I was going towards this. And then I had an event that happened. It was a premonition. I don't know if I talked about it. I had a premonition that completely derailed this and sent me on the path to self-sufficiency. So I was over here, and all of a sudden I was like, woo! That's when I started getting really serious about the garden, started canning, getting in food, looking into how to be self-sufficient, basically. Basically taking it seriously. This is seriously for us. We've got chickens, all that stuff. Well, now I feel like all of a sudden I am right here, and I can feel like there are some different paths that are still going towards the self-sufficiency, but they're different. But I can't see them. It's like they're shrouded in fog or something. I can't see the paths. I can't see where they go. I don't know which way to go. And it's making it very hard to like do a next step. I'm still doing all the normal stuff. I'm still gardening. I'm still doing the canning, taking care of the we're still doing all the stuff on this way to self-sufficiency, but I feel like there are some definite tracks that we could take. I just feel like in this weird waiting pattern where I'm like, I need divine guidance, honestly. And it feels uncomfortable to just wait, but I don't know what else to do at this point. Generally, I get, it's not inspiration, but like guidance. I will know. All of a sudden, I'll just know what I'm supposed to be doing, what the next step is. And right now, I don't know. It's a little disconcerting for me to not know what the next step is and where I'm going. This is beautiful. Look at what a good job I did. So I don't know if you operate like that, but I definitely get flashes of, like, something will just come to me and I'll just be like, this is exactly what we need to do. And like, I will go full force doing whatever that thing is. I find that I run into the most trouble when I don't listen. Once I'm on a path, it's hard to listen to the knowing that I should be on a different path. Even when I was on the business as usual, just working towards whatever, I think it took me a year, maybe 2 years to fully embrace the change over to like being all in on the homesteading. I was upset. I was upset that I needed to change. I was questioning whether this was real. Like it was a clear message. So back about a year and a half ago, my husband and I had a business. We still have the business. I was fully committed to this like path of continue to grow and get more money and do all the things that people are supposed to do. just accumulate and make investments and go to the beach. I don't know what it was. It was whatever society says is this is what you should want. That was what I was doing. And then I was really tired. As you know, as I've said previously, introvert, need time alone. And I was having some time to myself. I got this vision, this premonition, this vision of myself. It was like as if myself from the future, 7 years in the future, visited myself and said, I know that you're tired. I know that you are exhausted, and this is the last thing you want to hear, but I need you to work harder than you've ever worked before right now. I need you to get up and do it. And all I remember is looking at myself, and I looked bad. I did not look good. I don't know what happens 7 years in the future, now 5 years in the future, but I didn't look good. And that was it. That was the whole thing. And the weird thing is that I knew that future me was not telling me to continue on the path of business as usual. It wasn't if you work even harder and make more money, this will turn out okay. That was not what it was. I knew what I was saying, but I was so entrenched in this path of the regular lifestyle that people do. That was what I was doing, and I was doing it well. I was playing the game, and I was playing the game to win. And this future me premonition basically was telling me that that's not what I needed to be doing. And I needed to, while I was completely committed to this and working hard and doing well at this, I needed to pretty much start over on a completely new track, doing completely different things. And I was really upset about it. And I didn't take that advice for a year. I was mad. I was upset. I was like, what do you want? And I have no idea even what you were trying to say. Work at what? You mean work like to make money? Do you mean like work in the garden? Do you mean work on my kids? I don't know. So I'm just trying to do like all the things now. And I wish you had been a little more specific, honestly. What do you want from me? This cannot be what you want from me. This cannot be real. It cannot be that I need to completely change my entire life. I don't want to. But as time went on, I realized that I have to follow these guys. When I feel like I get guidance straight from, I don't know, God, the universe, whatever. Whenever I feel like I get guidance from that, like I can't not do it. So that's what we're doing. I'm all in on this. I'm all in on this. But now, so that's when I changed over from the business as usual to self-sufficiency. But now I feel like I'm at another crossroads where I really don't know what the next step is. I know this is all really weird. And like some people will be like, well, I think you might be insane. Maybe that's the answer, is that you are insane and you need to stop being insane. But I don't care. I don't care if you think I'm insane. I really don't. So I think if you know what you're supposed to be doing, you should just do it. And part of what was holding me back was what people would think of me. Isn't that amazing? Because I do share online. I was like, what are people going to think of me when I completely stop doing what is expected and start doing something else? You know what they're going to think of you? They're not going to think of you at all because they're so busy with their lives. People will be like, oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. Like we blow up these things and be like, our failures. We don't want people to look at our failures. You know, what will they think? And it's like, what do you think when other people, quote unquote, fail? I don't think anything. I think, oh, well, they tried something and it didn't work out. Well, I mean, why would you think that they're going to sit over there and be like, look at her, she's failing? I mean, people don't do that. And if they do, well, they're crappy people. Okay, fence. That fence really needs to go in. Look at these. So basically, when you're used to having a very clear voice telling you what you should be doing and which direction you're heading, to all of a sudden not have that voice is a little unsettling. All in all, everything's looking pretty good. By the way, happy July. Look at my onions. They're making onions. My onions are making onions. That's very exciting. I'm very excited about these onions because everything's just exciting when it works. Every day I check for sunflowers. That's like my thing. Like when I just want the first sunflower, just want it to pop. I feel like when it does, that's probably when I'll have clarity. I just thought that, but when the first sunflower opens, that's when I'm gonna have clarity. I get to make up stuff like that. I can say whatever I want. It's my life. I can do whatever I want. So yeah, anyways, that's my thought for today. I appreciate you listening to my thoughts. Thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you again later.